your child is bitten by a dog, what should you do and what are your rights? Marin Tobler Hansen is here from Tobler Law, along with Andrea Armstrong, whose son Braden was attacked by a dog. Thank you both for coming to the show. But Andrea, tell us what happened to Braden so people can understand, you know, what he went through.
Basically, we were just all hanging out in the front yard area, and the dog's owner was our neighbor, and we were going in and out of their house, and their dog was in their house, and Braden was going in through the garage, and the dog, when he opened the door, the dog latched onto his face.
And when that happened, what did he do?
He immediately slammed the door, and I was standing in front of our garage, and he ran out towards me crying and screaming, and I ran out and grabbed him.
And obviously, you said it happened on Halloween.
It was on Halloween.
And I believe we have a picture of what the stitches that he had to get. How many did he have to get?
23.
23. And I mean, as a mom, obviously, that's, you know, one of your biggest fears, something like this happening to your child.
Right, it is. It was a really scary memory. I don't think I'll ever get that out of my head at all, seeing him with just all the blood all over his face. So.
Now, Marin, obviously, that's a big concern for people who have children and they get bit by a dog, but what are the biggest concerns parents should have about dog bites?
You know, everybody should be really concerned about a dog bite. The #1 concern is really infection. Those dogs don't have very good stuff in their saliva. They've got a lot of bacteria. And I've represented people with just minor little bites on their thumb that landed them in the ICU for 6 months, a life-threatening type of situation. So I would say infection is the #1 thing, nerve damage, scarring. In Braden's case, you know, he ended up with a facial scar that's in the shape of a backward 6. The emotional trauma, especially for little kids.
So what should a dog owner know when they have a dog? What should be in my mind as a dog owner, so in case something, like, you hope it doesn't happen, but if it does, that would help them if something like this happens?
Sure. And I want to emphasize, we love dogs. Dogs are a great thing. Andrea has 2 dogs at her home, and they bring a lot of companionship to people. But even the best dog owners have dogs with the potential to bite. That's how dogs sometimes communicate. They don't understand when a little child approaches them face to face. So if you're a dog owner, especially around little kids, hang on to your dog, put them on a leash, help introduce your dog to that child, and talk to the child about how he or she should approach the dog. And then also get homeowner's insurance. Make sure your homeowner's insurance is going to cover you, the dog owner, in the event that your dog bites someone. Because you want to take care of the person that your dog unintentionally bites.
And what should the person know, the parent or the person, if it's a grown-up who's bitten by a dog, what should they know if they're bitten by a dog?
You know, #1, get medical care. Like I said, that #1 worry is infection, so see a doctor, get on antibiotics if necessary. #2, find out who the dog owner is so you have their contact information. #3, contact animal control. Andrea did that in her situation, and they're going to make sure that that dog is up to date on all of his or her shots, that there's no risk of rabies or anything like that. And then talk to a good attorney who's going to have your interest or your child's interests at heart.
And a good attorney is the one that will tell you about that stuff, because attorney's obviously going to help you with stuff you don't know about.
Oh, for sure. You know, Arizona has fabulous dog bite laws. In Maricopa County last year, there were over 5,700 dog bites. And so for that reason, our laws are made to protect the victims of dog bites. The law says that if a dog bites someone, the dog owner is responsible to compensate that person. The homeowner's insurance is going to take care of the medical bills, take care of future scar revision for somebody like Braden, take care of counseling if it's a very traumatic event. You know, in every way, make sure that the victim of a dog bite is taken care of.
And that's where having a lawyer helps out, because they can help you, Andrea, when those issues come up.
Right. I had the best experience with them, and they helped me out a lot.
Obviously, because, I mean, I didn't go to law school. I wouldn't know the first. I know you call animal control and go to the ER and that's it. But obviously, I didn't know that the laws were so sufficient in Arizona to help people who've been bitten by dogs.
You know, and the laws are even very good to protect people who have been injured by dogs without there being a bite. If a dog is at large and injures somebody, whether it's a bite or not, the law in Arizona says that the dog owner is responsible to help take care of the person who's been hurt.
Now, I have to ask about Braden. How is he doing now? Because he had a big smile on that, and he had stitches in his head.
He's better. He's better. He's still a little bit timid with other dogs. He doesn't know. He's fine with our dogs. It's just when we don't go to dog parks, basically. It's too scary for him, so.
But he's doing better.
But he's better.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for sharing your story.
you.
That must have been, horrifying as a mom to see that. And thank you, Maren, for telling us about that. And if you would like more information on Tobler Law, you can find it at toblerlaw.com or by calling the number you see right there on your screen. Now it's time to finally go over to Eddie and Linda.